You didn't see anything. Happy Monday, everybody. I hope you're having a good one. My week was 2 weeks, I guess has been pretty good. Really, really busy. Not a lot of stitching or crafting or anything going on. So, you know, we'll just get right into it. It's amazing because last week we were like in the 80s or something, and then it was rainy and snowy this morning. Snow in the higher elevations, like up on the benches and stuff, and then just rain where I was at the valley. But it's sunny again. Sun, yay! Look, woo! Anyway, sunny again. So who knows what the weather will be tomorrow. If you don't like it, wait 5 minutes. I've got some stuff going. You might hear some noises in the background. I've got my wash going because I worked at the theater all day Saturday, so it's going. My neighbors, I don't think you'll hear any pounding from my neighbors. They're installing something in their unit, also kind of that way, so there might be pounding on the walls as they do whatever it is they're doing. And then it's Monday, so the landscaping crew might show up, so you might hear buzzing and stuff from the lawnmowers. And, you know, the other stuff that those people who maintain the lawn, that stuff. So maybe we'll have noises, maybe we won't, I don't know. So if you hear noises, those are the most likely culprits. I'm not apologizing for them, I'm just telling you what it is. Okay, today's drink of the day, coconut Dr. Pepper. Didn't make anything fancy pants in this wonderful mug that Jeannie sent me. Love it. Okay, so let's look at the progress report. A lot of stitching at the theater, so 2 weeks of stitching at the theater. Let's see, here it is. So this is the first one. I finished off my, is this the second one I finished? Yeah, this is the second one I finished, so we're at week 4. Second one I finished. Let's actually show you the stitching more than the cover pattern, right? So here is Embrace the Journey. Life is Good. I still don't know the name of the fabric that I stitched it on, but it's a nice light blue. I got it from a Stitchy box. 28 count, I do remember that. And I know that I'm using the called for colors for the flosses, all fancy floss, all whatever. I swore I would never call it fancy floss. All over-dyed flosses. Y'all with your fancy flosses. It's over-dyed floss. Anyway, so that is a finish. So I'm on track thus far. I finished one every other week. So that is fantastic. And where am I going to sit this where Princess will not sit on it? I guess we'll turn around and put it over here. Chances are still high she might sit on it, but who knows. And then actually that one took a whole heck of a lot less time to stitch up than the first one I did, so I got to start on Today Choose Joy and keep it simple. So let's get this out of the way. What are you doing, Princess? You're getting into trouble. That's awesome. Anyway, so here's where I got on Today Choose Joy. Today Choose, and then the little tops of the strawberries, part of the S and the I, which is in the same color as the strawberry leaves. So that's my progress there. I need to remember to take this back to the theater with me on Friday, or I will be a sad puppy. I won't know what to work on. Which is sad puppy. What are you doing? Are you going to be trouble? I'm going to move this out of the way if you're going to be trouble. Alright. And last of all, my at-work lunch break project. So as you know, I've been working on Santa's Village by Country Cottage Needleworks. So here's the progress so far. See the first one down here, and I wanted to know where I was to turn the corner, but I finally finished up my stitching on. It's all gonna come loose in the end. Here we are. Let me fight it. Let me fight it. Fold that over. Hold it. Okay, Christmas tree farm. Yay! It does call for stars on trees. I didn't put my stars on trees yet. I don't know if I will put my stars on trees. I don't know. I haven't decided. So I finished off that one. So I have 8. Yep. 8 houses done of 12 charted, but since I have quite a bit of extra fabric over here, I'm thinking to just modify some of these, alter some of these, and make 3 more blocks, so that will be a total of 15. So there is that one. I've noticed that I have really lost steam on this project, so I think it's time for it to go into hibernation for a little while, and it'll probably come back out to play probably next January if history is any indication of about how much I can stand to work on it, because I believe last year I worked on it from about January to end of April, 1st of May, but yeah, I know I'm not feeling it when for like 2 weeks at work I just have no interest or inclination to pick it up during lunch break, and I just sit on my phone and pursue Reddit or a little bit of Animal Crossing Pocket Camp, you know, just other little things. Style my shawl. There we go. Isn't it pretty? We'll talk about it later. So that's everything I've worked on. I haven't put any stitches into the Oh Holy Night Nativity sampler. Well, it's not a sampler, Oh Holy Night Nativity. I really should do some of that, maybe this week. This week's a good week to get after that. So there you go. Let's look at the few and far between acquisitions. We'll start with the wonderful rack slash gift slash prize that came in from the Stitching Misfits. They do the Bindi style giveaway with the little printouts from the magazine, and so they had the cute seed packet. I said, as the avid pansy collector, I need to stitch this, and they drew my name and I won. Yay! So I have more pansies. So thank you, ladies, very much. I'm excited to add those to the pansy bin, which is, that's the wrong way. That one over there. No, I was right the first time. It's that one right there. That one. That's a lie. There are 3 magazine folders full of pansy patterns. You can't have enough pansy patterns, am I right? I'm right. Oh, where did I put that other thing I brought in here to show you guys? Oh, here it is. Put other stuff on top of it. Alright, just another button company came in. So, beautiful things, 1 stitch at a time. Really cute. Empty these out. Who else did I see? I saw one of y'all show these off. Anyway, the Smoothie Cat Pack in Peachy Keen. Those are really nice. The Sprinkle Bits in Peachy Keen and Envy. So the peach in light green. And then the button pack of, let's see, there's a spool and a bobbin and a raspberry and various wonderful, beautiful things. So there you have that. Super cute. Love those buttons so much. In fact, the buttons that came with the Lizzie Kate's 3 Little Words, they're all kind of olivey green, and I don't like all of them for all the spots that they've been placed. So I'm definitely going to be using some of, well, not necessarily these colors, but going through my stash of the buttons to replace some of them with colors that I would prefer. Right? Okay, so also in the mail came the newest edition of Just Cross Stitch magazine. It arrived sometime in the middle of last week, and today I finally took it out of the packaging because they emailed me, well, not emailed me, but it came with the thing that says, renew your subscription right away. And I looked at it, and my subscription doesn't expire until 2019. And I've got a whole nother year, guys. I don't need to be renewing my subscription right now. Make it quick, because I still have a year left. And then the 2019 keepsake calendar arrived with the invoice to pay it if I want to keep it. And well, here you go. You can kind of look at what they got going on. There are several that I like, and I really enjoy having this calendar in here in the old craft room. So I'll probably go ahead and pay it and do the thing, because let's face it, they've got you, because it's kind of a pain in the butt to package everything up and send it back to them. If you don't like it, send it back to us. Well, it's too much of a hassle to pack it up and send it back to you. That's what it really is. So I think for the rest of my life, I'm getting one of those stupid things, unless they go out of business. Not that I would wish going out of business on everyone, but anyone. Some people. I'm not judgy. Anyway, so that's arrived. So that is all the Stitchy Stashquisitions that have arrived. So, of course, we'll just keep on running and oh, yarn. Yeah, running. Oh, yarn. It's just the way it is, right? Okie dokie. I finished this thing. This is my big Martina Behm Brickless. It's huge, it's monstrous. It turned out super, super cute. The last repeat of the mesh, this mesh repeat right here, it fought me every single step of the way. It was just, it didn't want to have anything to do with me. It fought me and fought me and fought me. I really should have started to use lifelines on every row as I went back and forth, but I thought, okay, I've got that fixed. Finally, it's going to cooperate and it'll be fine. And no, I'd go along, and about 3 or 4 rows into it, I'd see where I'd made a mistake, so I had to tink it back and put it back in and tink it out and back in and out and in and out. I was finally completely and totally over it. I can see it, but it's not going to show up on camera where there is a mistake about 4 rows down in the last bit of this repeat. But with it all scrunched up, wrapped around my neck, nobody else is going to notice. And at that point, you know, when I noticed that that had gone wrong, I was really, really close to getting into the last. The mesh part is the last bit that was called for, but I still had about 30 grams of my Yowza left, so I think I got a slightly oversized skein. So I did another repeat of the garter section, and I had, right now I have 30 grams of this stuff left over. I don't know what I'm going to do with it. So I did another thing of this, but I didn't want to do another repeat of the garter. Just didn't want to, because I'm lazy and I was over it. I wanted this thing to be done, so I didn't. So I'll take this off and model it here in a few minutes. So for a little bit that was sitting in timeout, and then so I worked on my 100-acre wood a little bit. I can't remember if I worked on it in the past 2 weeks or not. Here's 100-acre wood, Helen Stewart. Tuck that back in. And I know I worked, let me get untangled here. This goes this way, this goes that way. I know I showed it when I had done like a line after the color change. That's, okay, there we go. Straighten that out a little bit so you can kind of see. There's no hope. Anyway, so there's my second color change and my first set of these little triple loop lace bits, which were really quite nice. Really fun to do. This is my middle of the thing stitch marker. So this edge, I'm showing it to you upside down. So this edge up here will go against my neck when I'm wearing it. It's a crescent shaped shawl, but just for ease in managing the circular needles, I'll show it to you upside down. So that's really pretty. I'm quite pleased with that. I have another down and back of stockinette stitch before I do another set of those little clover-like, 3-leaf clover-like lacy bits. So those are fun. They take me a while because I want to make sure that I get all of the bits done. And so I know that there should be 8 stitches at for the repeat if I've done it correctly. So I'll put just a little stitch marker on, do the stitch repeat, then count them, and if it's right I put another one on. But I only use like 4 markers, so I'm always just kind of moving them forward. So it's really slow going, but that's just because I'm counting every single one. Because I know with my experience with the mesh on Brickless, if I don't get it right before I move on, it's going to be a misery. It is going to be an absolute misery. So I was working on that for a little bit while this thing was in timeout. Well, let's just take this monster off and show you how big. Okay, I've got the right side showing to you. I'll just get out my cross stitch board again. And it's long as I'll get out. So there's kind of a repeat. There you can kind of see what's going on. So it's an asymmetrical triangle. This is the, still showing it to you the right way? Yeah. So this is the long end over here, and then it goes this way, and this way some more, and this way some more, and there you go. All done. Just like that. So anyway, that is super cute. It's soft, you guys. So soft. I took it over to Mom's house on Friday and we got it all wet and blocked it out. I'm going to put that here for right now. Blocked it out. And so that is that. And then since I had finished something, I went ahead and I cast on a Hitchhiker, also by Martina Behm. And I got this all, anyway, chunked up. Because with the Helen Stewart, the beautiful 100-acre wood, that has bits where it requires you to think, and you know, some days you just don't want to think. So I put on the Hitchhiker, super simple pattern, all garter stitch. So this is as far as I've gotten on my Hitchhiker, and that is a neon pink. It's loud. The yarn is Hot to Trot from Miss Babs. So there is that. Let's get this situated. There we go. So that's not going to go anywhere much, far at all. And then I had been talking to Mom about doing a hat, like this really simple sock head hat. This is free off of Ravelry. So hit Ravelry, find it, print it, easy to do. So also on Friday we caked up this beautiful yarn. It was called Dancing Pansy by the Artress. A-R-T, am I pulling this the wrong way? Yeah, anyway, by the Artress. The artist, but like Tristan is her name. So I was talking to Mom, and Mom said, okay, what you want to do is, instead of doing just one row and joining it, do about 2, and that makes sure that this thing doesn't get twisted. So I've done 1 repeat of the ribbing there at the bottom. So, and then she said, okay, now put it on 2 circulars, and then I'll show you how to join it up. So I need to go over to Mom's house to learn how to join my ends together, and then she's going to show me how to knit in the round on 2 needles. So I've got a lot of needles and a lot of yarn, and I'm not entirely sure how any of this is supposed to work quite yet, but one day it shall be shown and I'll understand what's going on and it'll be good. So I'll just tuck that back in there. So that's that. So now I went from 2 projects to 3. And we all know I can only work on maybe 3 projects. So that is all of the stuff that I have knitted on. Now we have one thing that Mom has knitted on. She finished up this little tiny, the shawlette. It's really cute. It's called There and Back Again, available on Ravelry. And you can see that the, let's tuck this in here, the lace arrows, these go this way and these go that way. So that's why it is called There and Back Again. And this yarn, I'll just keep it up here so you guys can see it, that's really pretty, is called Twilight Garden, and it is from Knitter's Nightmare. Now, Sadie Ruin does Knitter's Nightmare, and sometimes she does Flosstube, because she's also a stitcher, and sometimes she does KnitTube, or Knitting Podcast, because they don't call it KnitTube. Anyway, it's really short, it's super lightweight. My mom really enjoyed knitting with this yarn. She thought it was a nice, good weight, good feel to it. And it is, it's a perfect, just lightweight little thing, accessory bit, put it on. My shirt's a little loud. Don't wear this shirt with this thingy together. That's, anyway, just for you guys. Just for you. So that is a mama knit. And so, guys, I was mostly good. I lasted 3 whole weeks without buying anything. And then I went crazy. Because that's what you do. You wait 3 whole weeks and then you go crazy. So, what did I go crazy with? I think these are all my Yummy 2-plies. Yeah, Yummy 2-ply. Oh, wow. Oh no, this is a 3-ply. This just arrived in the mail today. So anyway, so this beautiful Miss Babs in the Yummy 3-ply, which is a sport weight yarn, is called Painted Horse, and it is browns and grays with a little bit of red in it. I was thinking about doing a hat for somebody, not for me, and these looked more like their colors. We'll see how I do with my hat. Anyway, so that was beautiful. Now this is my color. This is called Raspberry Pie. This is the Yummy 2-ply, which is a fingering yarn, and so it's more on the red purple side than the blue purple side, but lovely shades of red and purple with little flashes of green in there. Thought that was gorgeous. This also is not for me. This is called, what was this called? Farm Belt. Also in the 2-ply. Just really, really liked the greens with the little yellows and oranges in it. I thought that would be fantastic. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. There you go, little cat. You can play with that. And then I guess I bought mostly Yummy 3-ply this time around. Oh, guys, look at those. Look at those. Look at those. Let's go like that. Pretty, right? So these two are Silent Treatment in the Yummy 3-ply, which is the sport weight. Gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. Love them. And then this is Ellery, which is a one-off, really unique. I love that. Look at all those purples and some of the light blues, and it comes really light up here and then goes really dark again. Love it. That's kind of spectacular. So there you go. I was looking at patterns to do with sport weights all week because sport weights. I love them. Love, love, love. These are just gorgeous. Gorgeous. So there you go. Maybe I'll have to make me a matching hat and cowl set with these. So cool. So that is everything from the yarn department. Alright, guess what, guys? I remembered to bring home my list of all of our wonderful Floobies. So let's shout them out. Alrighty, several pages, lots of people. So I think I'll just list their names. As always, I will have links to their channels in the description box below. If you don't see it, click on the Show More button and it'll expand. I loved some of these people. They all have interesting projects. They all have fun things going on. Some of them speak more to me than others, but I'm sure some of them will speak more to you than they do to me. So our first, well, we'll just start listing them off. I don't think I saw any men in this group. All a bunch of wonderful crafty women. So we have Jeannie Schwartz, Angie Meyer, Snug Harbor Crafts, they're from Utah, Adelaide Cottage, CLU Cross Stitching, Stitch Party of One, Lisa Fall, Cindy Young, Harriet Basham, Amber Michelle, dashed hand stitched. She's Texan. You Texans go adopt her. Lisa the Bluegrass Stitcher, the Purple Stitcher, Lisa Marie, Shirley McKinney of Tranquil Stitches, Amber Stitches, Love Music ISO, Tiny Modernist, so you guys know she designs, so now she's showing us her designs, Truly Wicked Crafts, Stitching Quilting, Cross.my.stitches, the Stash Sisters, which I think was only a single lady. One lady, not multiple. Anyway, Beck's Box, and Jennifer A. King. Seems so short when I just read them and not do any of my notes. Anyway, so go check out, go check them all out. Go check them all out. Subscribe to the ones that really, really speak for you. Give thumbs up to everybody. Everybody needs to be heard. Just go say hello. Just, you know, welcoming into the community. Go do your thing, jelly beans. So that is that for our Floobies. Excuse me. I've been drinking way too much carbonation. Alright, so comings and goings and happenings in the world of me. So I spent a lot of money on yarn. That's what happens. But so now we're just going to try to be good for 4 weeks. We made it 3 weeks. We're going to try for 4. So tomorrow's May 1st. We'll try to be good for 4 weeks. 4 whole weeks. My Etsy shopping cart's going to get full. What's amazing about the Etsy shopping cart is I can put stuff in, and if I can think about it for 2 or 3 days, half the time the stuff comes right back out. But if I just throw it in and buy it and go super impulse, that's not good. So I really, really am working on learning how to not do that. To put it in the cart and think about it. Anyway, so at work, we had Studio C come over and shoot a couple of skits for the upcoming season. I don't really know when they're going to air the skits. You know, it's all up in the air, but they turned one of the concourse hallways into like a Comic-Con, you know, where you go to the booths with all the artists and alleys and the autographs and all that stuff. And so they had booths set up and props and just all sorts of stuff. It was really fun to wander through the set and look at the things as they were setting up, and then kind of go upstairs and, you know, stand behind the cameras and out of the way and just be really, really quiet while they were filming. So that was kind of fun. that was a busy, busy day for, well, not for me since I just do the accounting, but it was a busy day for our crew that helps out with stuff. We have also survived graduation and convocations, so that's 2 days of absolute madness at work. The office superwoman fielded this phone calls from people for like 2 weeks before convocations and graduation, and it was people asking the same questions basically. You know, where is it? How do I get there? What's the handicap parking situation? And it's a lot of people asking about the handicap situation. And what amazed me is the number of people who need like a wheelchair for assistance into their seat that apparently don't plan on bringing a wheelchair with them. I don't understand. You need a wheelchair, why don't you bring it with you? I know when my grandma, who has passed, got really, really old, we made sure she had, when she needed a walker, we made sure she had a great walker. When it got to the point where she needed like a walker with one of the seats that so she could sit down and rest, we made sure she had a, you know, the Cadillac of the walkers. When it got to the point where she would just rather sit in a wheelchair, we got her a nice wheelchair. You know, because she wasn't going anywhere alone. You know, she had gracefully given up driving years and years and years. I think she was happy to give up driving, quite frankly. Anyway, so it absolutely boggled my mind the number of people who are asking for a free wheelchair to use during the day. And it's just not possible. We have 4. You know, you pull up to the handicap drop-off curb. Your family member gets up, runs up to the building, checks out a wheelchair, comes down, and gets you into the chair, takes you to your seat. Meanwhile, the rest of your family should be parking the car. You know, gets you to your seat and brings the wheelchair right back to us. So we can, you know, we only have 4 wheelchairs. The office superwoman said that one day one family came in and they needed all 4 wheelchairs to get people to their seats. But it still boggles my mind. Why are you not bringing your own? I don't understand. Anyway, so yeah, crazy people angry that we wouldn't supply a wheelchair for their entire day use. No. There are medical supply companies in the city that will happily rent one for you for not a lot of money. Well, it depends. $50 might be a lot of money. Anyway. Random rant about crazy people. And if you're in the event industry, you know all about the crazy people. Alright, tales from the theater. 2 weeks worth. I'm going to say there's not much. Not a lot of crazy. The back hall, I think I showed a picture of the back hall where we have all the chairs set up for each of their changing stations. Over to one side is the wig station where there's a little bit of a desk and another chair. We have one actor who has started to play Jack Be Nimble when he runs off stage at the very end of the show for the last of the fast quick changes, and he hurdles over the chair and then he jumps over some of the wig baskets that we have set up for the women to dump their wigs into. And we might have accidentally encouraged him that this is something he needs to do by laughing the first time he did it. But he has continued to do it, and now we're a little bit worried for his safety because you can just imagine him trying to leap over the chair, misjudging it, catching his foot, falling on the floor, breaking a tooth. So Saturday night I had to tell him no more. I had to be the fun police, and I don't like being the fun police. So there was that. We had the shows were great for the audience, but they were really weird backstage. Like, props were not being put back where they should have been put back. Just weirdness. Like, the mics were acting up during one performance. The mics for Hugo and Constable Joe both lost battery power at the same time. Right when they were doing their character song, you know, it's a duet, it's super cute and a lot of fun. And so they just you know, kind of changed the blocking from what I could tell and just sung full to the audience for it. It's a 600-seat theater, so I don't know if that's big or if that's small, but we think most of the audience could hear them. The audience ate it up, thought it was fabulous that they were just, you know, making do with what they got. We did get their batteries changed, so the next time they were on stage, they could be heard. The mics were working just fine. And then on Friday night, the very last change of the crazy change. So in Tuck Everlasting, at the end of the show, there's about 7-10 minutes that they call the ballet, where they just go through the events of Winnie's life, you know, where this happens and this happens and this happens. And so the ensemble and the principals are coming off the stage all the time and changing into different characters. So one of the younger ensemble ladies is like Teen Winnie, and then one of the principal ladies is Mama Winnie, and then one of the other principal ladies goes out on stage as Grandmother Winnie. You know, so they're changing all the time as we go through age periods. Yeah. Anyway, each change is about a 30-year skip, give or take. So anyway, in this last bit of the show, I see the 4 ensemble women 3 times, and I see the 2 principal women twice. Well, they changed twice, but I only see them once. No, I see one twice and I see the other one once. Anyway, so I've got about 12 changes going on during these last 5 to 7 minutes of the show. It's absolute nuts, you guys. It's just nuts. I get one person in a dress, get them off, you know. So at the very end of this, the ensemble changes into their matching. They're not matching, they're all different colors, but they're same style of dress. And they're a high-waisted dress with chiffon. It's beautiful and flowy, and it's really pretty. Anyway, so I'm doing up this one zipper, and you just, you know, kind of grab it at the bottom, you know, hold it straight so you know what's going on, and just zit. And the little pull, the whole thing came off the top. Vit. She has got to go on stage in 30 seconds. And so I'm fishing around in my apron pocket, pulling out safety pins and pinning her in and trying to get things done. And she has to have a wig change too, you know. And so we're just scrambling to figure this out. And here's the thing. She has to, that was Friday night. She has to come turn around and do a show at 12:30 in the morning on Saturday. No costume shop people are going to be in the theater until Monday. I got a dress with a non-functioning zipper. Thankfully so much, my partner in crime, she knows how to install a zipper. So into the show, I'm picking out the zipper, you know, for her, and she's run upstairs to the costume shop to try to find a zipper to come back down to our little wardrobe room, you know, and so she put in half the zipper Friday night and then came in a little bit early and put the other half of the zipper in, and so it's serviceable. It's not pretty, but it's serviceable. So now I have a zipper that I have to be really careful with because let's install a zipper. Because we need to. Because we don't have costumers come in over the weekend to try to check things out. Which adds to my other little rant. Apparently now we're having to justify our existence as dressers. Because one of the main financiers is afraid that, you know, they're just spending money hand over fist, and so now they think that they can get rid of all the dressers. I would love to see all my actresses change themselves 3 times over the course of 5 minutes during the ballet. I want to see them do it. It's not going to happen. But anyway, so we're having to write down every single snap we repair, every single bar or hook we sew on, every single zipper, every single shoe we fix, you know, the laces we squish and the things we do and the everything. It's annoying. I edited stuff out, so, because I can't say that. What you gonna do? So that's everything. That's more than everything. The washer has stopped going, so it stopped making noise in there. So I'm going to turn this off, roll the laundry over, make me some dinner, start editing this, And we'll see you later. Have a good one, my friends. I forgot to do my spiel. Let's do the spiel. Be kind, be nice, be loving. Thank you, everybody who tunes in every week or every other week or every time I do one of these silly things. Thank you for your support and your kindness and your comments. Thanks for your subscriptions and your likes. Thank you so very, very much. Remember, it doesn't cost you anything to be nice and kind and patient to those who are out in the world around you. It's hard, but it doesn't cost you anything. Have a good day, everybody. I hope you get plenty of time this week to stitch. I hope that frog stays far, far away from you. Hugs and stitches, my friends. Bye.